So I think one of the things that I'm going to guess most conventional thinking has been not, I don't mean from top military planners, I just mean average intelligent informed person goes, look, nobody wants a nuclear war. Nobody's stupid enough to want to decimate half the planet. So China's not going to do something that would force them and us or anyone else into a nuclear combat. And therefore, deterrence will prevent this from happening. And
Yes,
I counter that, before you answer, I counter that with, but is China probably not already thought of that and gone, yeah, we're not gonna escalate to a nuclear war. We are going to do whatever we do and win without needing to escalate there, because we know the other side doesn't want to escalate there either. So if the option is have a nuclear war, everyone's going to be like, sorry, Taiwan. Like,
Well, that's exactly what Dr. Griffin said. If there were this hypersonic weapons imbalance, the U.S. would be faced with going nuclear, which, of course, they would never want to consider it as any kind of first strike, although the possibility of that often gets debated.
But Chris, hold on. We would never do that. Let's be honest. If Taiwan's getting taken over by the Chinese, we're not going to go nuclear. It's just not going to happen.
I'm not suggesting that we would. I agree. I'm not suggesting we would. The whole point is the paradox of nuclear weapons is to keep the peace, so that doesn't ever have their weapons designed and built with the intent of never being used. Now, to answer your question about deterrence, that's quite key, because one of the key dynamics that I think gets under-recognized is the air supremacy element here. The U.S. Air Force is planning to acquire 1,700 F-35s. Japan is making a multi-billion-dollar F-35 buy. Australia has F-35s. The U.S. has significant power and significant superiority when it comes to air. China, according to many reports, only has about 20 to 50 J-20 aircraft, which are fifth-generation equivalents. So if the U.S. can base enough forward-position aircraft or have amphibious assault vehicles, which can carry up to 15 F-35Bs, in the area in close enough proximity with enough warning they can get there, the Chinese would likely have a very hard time establishing air superiority, which they would have to have. The real threat is their amphibious force and their Navy, because their Navy is now larger than the U.S. Now, does that make them more capable, more sophisticated, better at war? Who knows? A lot of the thinking is no way. Also, the U.S. would have to get there fast enough and be in position. So the whole idea would be surveillance and ISR, get early word of a possible invasion, get naval assets in place, get your fifth-generation aircraft in place so that you can actually stop any kind of attack from an amphibious attack and establish that air superiority. I think the U.S. would be well positioned with its NATO allies and its Quad allies, its Pacific allies, to in effect stop the success or the potential success of an amphibious assault by using air power.